Hi, I'm Kimberly Adams, and I get to help you finger paint a hydrangea using only your fingertips and acrylic paint. Let's begin. Supplies: you need paper towels, gloves, canvas or any surface to paint on, and acrylic paint. To begin, we're going to get the darkest value of our purples, which is dioxazine violet or purple, however it's labeled on the tube. And we will get a little bit of paint on our finger and create a small circle at the bottom left of the canvas, and another smaller circle on the top left, and then another off to the right. At this point, it should look like an odd-shaped Mickey Mouse head. So next step is to get some paint on your fingertips, and we're going to kind of dab paint in at the very bottom of that first circle, almost in the shape of a crescent moon, just around the very bottom. It's okay not to have a perfect circle lined up. We want it to be kind of messy and loose. We'll do the same thing to the other two circles. Again, concentrating putting the darker paint at the very bottom. And some more on the last circle. Now you'll notice that I'm purposely avoiding adding paint to the very top of each of these circles. That's because we're going to add some paint here later. Right now we're just focusing on what will be the shadows. Now wipe off any excess paint on your fingers and let's grab the midtone. Mine is labeled Brilliant Purple, so whatever that midtone value you chose, we're going to actually apply that right on top of that newly added paint. It's okay if the two mix. I'm just going to kind of tap that in there. Again, avoiding putting any of the paint kind of in the top part of that circle. Just going to add and mix that in there. Perfect. Now we're going to add the other circles. Now at this point it's going to start to look, it's going to add a little bit more shape, looking a little bit more three-dimensional. Add a little bit more to the top circle here soon. There you go. You'll notice that I've left some of the dark purple showing. That's intentional, and again we're leaving the very top part of the circles. We're not adding any paint at this time. Alright, so once we get this color applied, we're going to clean off our gloves and we're going to grab titanium white. So at this point, this is going to be our highlight. So we're going to add this to the very top of each of our circles or spheres. This is going to give the illusion of where the light is shining on the hydrangea. So as we go through, you'll see that it kind of line that large circle. We're going to kind of go all the way around, adding that white in. Again, it's okay if it fades into the other two shades of purple that we have. The goal is to have a light source at the very top and it fades into the shadow or the dark source at the very bottom of the flower. We will do this for all three, giving that illusion. We've got 3 hydrangea flowers kind of floating on the canvas right now. If you squint your eyes at this point, you'll start to see that you have a really bright point, a mid value, and a dark value. That's exactly what we want. That gives a 2-dimensional surface a 3-dimensional effect. If you don't have those values, don't worry. We can always go back and add more dark or light depending on what's needed. For my canvas, I'm going to go in and I'm going to line that larger flower with that Dioxazine Purple. It's the darkest value I have. By lining that circle and placing that dark value next to the white, it's going to give it a focal point. It's also going to give the appearance that that larger flower is creating a shadow. I'm also going to go in and add a little bit more of that Dioxazine Purple into the bottom of the hydrangea, giving again that shadow effect. This is my absolutely favorite part of the painting because it really does make these flowers look 3-dimensional. You'll notice that I'm keeping the paint very loose and not putting the applications of paint close to each other. That's on purpose. We want it to look like there's a shadow between the petals. So again, squint your eye at it and it should look like you have three-dimensional spheres. Now we're going to wipe off our gloves and paint the leaves. So following suit, we're going to grab our darkest green, which is Hooker's green, and we're going to place it right underneath where we put that darkest value of purple. I'm not really focused on creating any type of shape. I'm just adding a shadow under each of these flowers. Again, leaving space in between the applications of paint. Clean off my fingers, and now I'm going to add a mid-tone. So this is going to be light green. Again, just hitting it in a few places. This is going to add a little bit of dimension, making it a little bit more interesting than just having one flat color. At this point, I'm going to take any excess paint that's left on my finger, and as opposed to wiping on a paper towel, I'm just going to tap it into the top of the canvas. This will give an illusion that the leaves are fading off into the distance. So the last step is I'm going to grab the lightest value, which is yellow-green, and I'm going to put this just in a few places. I want to be very sparingly with where I apply it because I want to create some focal points of where the light is shining. So it's not going to go everywhere. Just picking up, like I said, a few places. And at this point, my canvas, for the most part, is done. We can always add a few finishing touches, but it's ready to go into a frame and up on a wall. If you want to know how I created this blue canvas background, please check out another video on prepping a canvas. Thank you again for painting with me, and I hope that you check out my website to see more videos.